Good afternoon. What is your name?
Dwight Lucius Willingham Jr.
Now calling case number 24-1601, the People versus Dwight Lucius Willingham Jr. This is the date and time set for arraignment. Counsel, your appearance.
Thank you. Good morning. For the record, Patrick Agnick, here on behalf of Dwight Willingham. Mr. Willingham, if you could state your name, please.
Dwight Lucius Willingham Jr.
No objection to proceeding by video here. I did speak to Mr. Willingham this morning. I did go over the single felony charge with him. Pardon me, the two counts. Mr. Willingham did acknowledge he does understand both charges against him. No need for any formal reading. I would ask that that be waived. He is asking that a not guilty plea be entered on both charges. He is making a request. Mr. Willingham, yes.
I'm guilty. I was using drugs.
Hold on. Mr. Willingham.
They have to set the dates.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So it's what we discussed in private. Just as far as proceeding today, the court's going to enter a not guilty plea. They will appoint you counsel. Take it up with that individual. You may be able to take care of this next week. The dates be reset, that he is requesting counsel as well.
Good morning, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Good morning, Detective. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, perfect. So we have Mr. Mertz. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now calling prosecutor order number 24-23003, the People versus Jarrett Adam Mertz. This is the date and time set for a swear to. Detective, can I have you raise your right hand? You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You're under oath. Please state your full name for the record, and you may proceed when you're ready.
Detective Joshua Beasley, Rochester Police Department. On 10/11/24 at approximately 8:30 p.m., Rochester officers were dispatched to 604 Wilcox in the city of Rochester for an assault that just occurred. Officers arrived on scene and spoke with the victim, Ian Mertz, who relayed his brother, Jared Mertz, who punched him and shoved him against the wall. Ian stated he confronted his brother about being in his bedroom. And Sergeant Furman and Officer Deal spoke with Jarrett, who stated he went to his brother's room to close the window, and his brother Ian entered his bedroom and asked what was he doing. Jarrett stated he and his brother started to shove one another. Jarrett stated he was trying to leave the room and defend himself. Ian had a visible cut and swollen lip and redness on his face. Jarrett had no visible injuries. Jarrett was placed under arrest for domestic assault and transported to Rochester Police Department. Ian came in later that night, indicated he wished to pursue criminal charges. I interviewed Jarrett this morning. He was read his Miranda rights, which he waived. Jarrett explained he was closing the windows in his brother's room when his brother Ian confronted him. Jarrett stated that Ian pushed him, so Ian pushed back. Jarrett denied punching Ian. No visible injuries were observed on Jarrett this morning. Jarrett does have one prior DV conviction on 4/14/2022 out of the 52 3rd District Court, Your Honor.
All right, I have to say thank you real quick to Alyssa, who sent me these clips. You see the setup here. We've got a DV situation, and you know, he decides to represent himself, and you know, it goes about the way you'd expect.
The court finds the probable cause has been established related to the submitted charge, so I am signing the complaint and authorizing the warrant. Is there anything else you'd like to know regarding bond?
No, Your Honor. He's been cooperative with me. It sounds like there might be some alcohol involved, not regarding this matter, but speaking with the family, they've indicated he might have some alcohol and substance abuse problems. Other than that, I don't have anything else, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Detective. I'm going to call in right now. So if you want to stick around for the arraignment, obviously you're more than welcome to. Otherwise,
thank you, sir.
All set.
Can you please state your name for the record, ma'am?
Not.
Okay, thank you.
Morning, sir. Are you Jarrett Adam Mertz?
I am.
Okay. Now calling prosecutor order number 24-23003, the people versus Jarrett Adam Mertz. This is the date and time set for an arraignment. Mr. Mertz, it's my understanding that you do not wish to speak to an attorney this morning. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
All right. So you understand that you have been charged with a misdemeanor and you have the right to speak to a court-appointed attorney this morning. You understand that?
Yeah, I gotta represent myself.
Okay, just so you know, if there are any legal questions that you have, I cannot answer them. I can't be an attorney for you. So if you have any questions about any of this, I would recommend that you speak with the attorney before you proceed with your arraignment.
No, it's fine.
Oh boy, here we go.
I can't afford it.
This guy's been in the system enough to know that if he can't afford one, they'll appoint him one.
All right, Mr. Mertz, it is alleged that on or about October 11th, 2024, you did make an assault or assault and battery upon Ian Gregory Mertz, a resident or former resident of your household. This is a misdemeanor that is punishable with a maximum punishment of 1 year imprisonment and or a $1,000 fine. This is a domestic violence second. Do you understand the charge that you've been charged with this morning?
I understand that I've been charged with it.
Okay.
I didn't do anything though. Defended myself.
Well, hold on, Mr. Mertz. Everything that we say right now is being recorded, okay? So I don't want you to say anything about the case because I don't want it to be used against you later. It's for your own protection. All right, because you stated that you understand the charges against you, I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf.
I'm okay with that.
Mr. Mertz, you currently reside.
I do.
Okay. Whose house is that? Is that yours? Is that your brother's family, other family member?
That's my parents, so I'm staying there. I was really hoping I could just please go back there because otherwise I'm not gonna have anywhere to go.
All right, well, one of the conditions of bond that I'm going to order is that you're not to return to that address. So you're gonna have to find somewhere else to reside so long as this case is pending. But before we get to your other bond conditions, are you currently employed?
Yeah.
Okay, where are you employed at?
Doing construction. You need the company name?
No, it's okay. Mr. Mertz, do you have any prior criminal history?
What are we talking here?
Have you been convicted?
I went through a domestic violence program again and learned my lesson, you know.
Oh, I don't think you've learned your lesson, as we'll see.
All right, so other than the prior domestic violence, do you have any other prior criminal convictions?
Nothing physical. I've gotten a little bit of trouble here and there with just random stuff.
A little trouble here and there.
I've had it all taken care of. I have a few cases pending right now. I have two cases open right now. I have one against me, someone that assaulted me.
I have it all taken care of, but 2 open cases. Okay.
Are you currently on bond out of the 18th District Court?
So I have you said 18th District Court. So there's a case open for misuse of communications device against me within X.
So your answer is yes.
Is that in Westland?
Yeah, in Westland. So yeah, there is a bond for the next case. Till next case. I believe my next date is on the 22nd.
Detective, is there anything that you want to note regarding bond? Anything else?
No, Your Honor, not at this time.
All right. I'll note I did just conduct the swear to in this matter shortly before the arraignment here. We'll note this is a domestic violence second offense. And I'll also note that Mr. Mertz is currently on bond out of the 18th District Court. As such, I do not think that a personal bond is warranted. In order to ensure the safety of the community, I'm going to order a bond in the amount of $5,000 cash or surety. I will allow a 10% provision. I'm also ordering the following conditions. Mr. Mertz, you are not to have any contact with Ian Mertz. You are not to return to 604 Wilcox Street in Rochester, Michigan. I understand that is your residence, so I will allow you to go back there one time with the police officer. But after that, you will have to reside elsewhere so long as this case is pending. Do you understand that?
I understand.
All right, you will personally appear for any and all future court proceedings. You will not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. You will immediately notify the court in writing any change to your address or telephone number. You shall not possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons. You shall refrain from using any alcohol, any form of THC, marijuana, illegal drugs, or abusing any legally prescribed medication. You will submit to random testing, which will include 1 ETG per week, as well as 1 controlled substance urinalysis test per month. I'm also placing you under the supervision of the 52-3 District Court's Bond Compliance Division, which means that if you post bond, you must contact the 52-3 District Court and get signed up with their Bond Compliance Division within 24 hours of your release. Lastly, no new criminal offenses or activity. So, Mr. Mertz, do you understand the terms and conditions of your bond? Excuse me.
The testing. Well, you said I can't ask. The testing. I mean, it's fine, but I was gonna go up north.
Okay. Well, and I'm not stopping you from going up north, but like I said, you will have to get set up for testing. So when you contact the 52-3 District Court to get signed up with bond compliance, you can find out if there's testing facilities up north that you can go to, so you don't have to come back downstate.
But can I ask you what the reasonable cause, like for me, is? Like, what evidence is there against me that makes me incriminated? Like,
Well, Mr. Mertz, this is obviously not your trial. I am not the fact finder here. I am not the one trying the case. You will have your day in court and you are innocent until proven guilty. But for purposes of today, I set your bond at $5,000 cash or surety or 10% because this is the second alleged offense involving assaultive behavior, and because you're currently on bond out of another court. Right, and I can't tell you what will happen, but because you picked up another criminal charge while you're on bond, you could have issues now with your other case in Westland. I don't know what will happen, but I'm just telling you. So that is why I set bond the way I did. You will obviously have an opportunity to address bond at your next hearing, but you will have to post $500 cash to be released. So, Mr. Mertz, do you have any other questions?
I have to give you guys $500 to get out of here.
Yes.
I can't call anybody. I got no money in my account. How does that work?
Well, I don't know if detective he'd be able to make a call before being
Yes,
taken
Your
over
Honor,
to.
we can make those arrangements here. You can make some phone calls.
Okay. Mr. Mertz, you'll have the opportunity to make a phone call. If you post bond, make sure you abide by all the bond conditions that I just read to you, and you're gonna get a copy of the bond form that explains everything.
My brother texted me.
Hold on, Mr. Mertz, again, I don't want you to say anything about this case. I don't want it to be used against you later. So that is all for today. Mr. Mertz, I wish you the best of luck.
All right, you too.
Thank you, Detective.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, there you have it. He didn't seem to understand much. If he doesn't have any money, he would have qualified for a public defender, and that would have made things a lot easier. Then he could have asked all those questions. But his response is to just sit there and say, "Well, I've had other trouble, but it's all past me, except for the 2 pending charges currently." And the judge figured out he's on bond in another case.